everybody. So thanks so much for tuning into the Halmarkies podcast. And of course, everybody's really upset about what has happened with Lori. But I just wanted to say that our job here at the podcast is to just have fun and talk about these silly movies. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to enjoy that. And so I hope you enjoy the show. We love your thoughts, and always open for a conversation on Twitter. So thanks so much. And we'll hope you enjoy the show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Halmarkies podcast. And we are really excited today to get together and talk about some silly movies. We all need some silly movies these days. And I'm Rachel, and I'm very happy to be with my friends, Leanna and Megan from the Hunks of Hallmark are here.
Hello.
Hi, girls. Thanks so much for joining me to talk about these movies.
Of course.
Yeah. So
anytime.
How have you been since our Valentine's preview?
Good. I've been good. Busy and good.
Mm-hmm. That was another hit from you guys. People love you. It did very well.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Exciting to hear.
Yeah. Did you guys get to do anything fun on Valentine's at all, or did you Galentine's, or what did you do anything for the holiday?
I did a Galentine's Day with some girlfriends.
Good.
Oh, just hanging out, bottle of wine, watching movies.
Nice. What do you think of the Valentine's Day? I mean, the Valentine's February movies. What was your favorite?
I liked the one with Will Kemp, the chocolate romance, if I said it in that correct order.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
That one was really good. I liked it too.
Yeah.
And I liked the Common Smith one. What'd you guys think of that?
Oh, the one with Autumn Reeser?
Yeah.
That one was good too.
Yeah,
that was good.
I don't know. I just thought they had really good chemistry, and I thought their romance built in a believable way to me. Well, yeah, so they had these weird kind of stuck in the middle movies. They don't get no love, no season from Hallmark. And so then you have a long spring fever season, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. Do you like the fact that they're giving you a new movie every Saturday, or is it too much?
It can be a little too much, but I don't mind it. They're in a sense fillers, but there's been some good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of feel like, in a way, some of these, I don't know, I feel like these were pretty strong, particularly these two romances were pretty strong, and I'm like, maybe that gives them a little bit of breathing room to not be tied to a season in a way. You don't have to have a festival.
Yeah.
To show the season. And so I don't know, it's an interesting thing. Well, all right, well, let's talk about the first one that we had. So we have Just Add Romance. And the little synopsis was: when Kelly and Jason, exact opposites, compete on a famed cooking show for the chance at their own restaurant, what will matter more, their culinary careers or their potential love? And this stars Megan Fahey and Luke McFarlane. And so what was your overall response to this film?
I liked the movie. It was super cute. I like the 2-in-1 with the reality TV. I love reality TV, so it was really perfect. And I do like cooking reality TV, except I mostly watch the junior one where they're mostly nice to the contestants since they're kids.
Right.
But I did enjoy it. I loved Luke McFarlane. He was gorgeous in his tight chef shirt, I totally thought a button was gonna pop off and end up in whatever he was cooking, but it was so was so nice to look at.
Yes.
The show, when they were filming it, it was Kitchen Showdown, so I thought there would be a little more dramatic to it. Maybe I thought the judges should be more intense, or maybe I'm thinking too much of Gordon Ramsay being the person he is. I wanted them to, give them really harsh critics, critiques and stuff. But
so you watch the mean cooking shows, the ones where they're really rude.
Mean and children.
Yeah, and kids. Yeah, I don't like the mean ones very much. I like it's ridiculous, but I watch like Chopped is kind of my release. I watch Chopped.
I love Chopped.
And I can't help it, but sometimes I'm like, these people could probably make really good food if they just had like meat and vegetables. See, the one that pushed me too far was that Cutthroat Kitchen one. I'm like, this is mean. Yeah, now they're just like playing pranks on chefs that want to be on TV. It's too far. It's too much. But yeah, I do like the kids ones pretty well. I just they just had the finale, and no spoilers, of the Kids Baking Championship on Food Network.
Aww.
And they did such a good job this season casting those kids. They were so cute.
I don't get how they can do it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can't bake anything, and here they are making gourmet dishes.
Yeah. Well, and they don't have any recipes. It's easier to cook. Like if you're making stir fry or something, you can put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever, and it'll taste pretty good, or soup or something like that. But baking, you need to know exactly how much baking soda, exactly how much. I'm like, these kids know all these. They have to have time to study the recipes.
It's such a science, and it blows my mind how good they're at it, because they don't have training or anything. They're just kids.
It's amazing.
They all learn from their grandma.
Yeah. What were your overall thoughts of this one, of Just Add Romance?
I liked it. I thought it was a little slow, to be honest. I think I would have liked just a little oomph to it. But and their chemistry, I think I liked their chemistry. I don't know. I thought it was just a little slow, and I would have liked to see a little more set when they were in the competition. Like Megan said, I just wanted them to, I think I wanted it to feel like they were in a competition.
Right.
And I didn't really get that vibe, because they were just so
in love,
so calm. They were so in love and calm. But I did like that they're, at the end of all these movies, there's a miscommunication. I did like that there's only lasted for 5 seconds. It really wasn't that big of a deal.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just why'd you change your dish? And then 5 seconds later, he told her why, and it was over. And that was great. I appreciate that a lot. Overall, I thought it was slow, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I forget what the dish was, but I was thinking you don't own whatever it was. I can't remember. It was some pasta or something. He can make whatever he wants. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's it was ridiculous, but I understood the meaning behind it, and but it was still it was just so short. It was great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that was nice. So my feelings on this, I do agree that I thought Luke McFarlane was a dream, as he always is. He was so charming, and they had and I thought Megan Faye did a good job. I thought they had pretty good chemistry, and they had to sell some very cheesy dialogue at points, particularly at the end. I wish I'd written it down, but when they're toasting their restaurant, it was very cheesy, but I'm all for it. I like the cheese. It's good. I also loved anytime they were going on dates, which I'm really pleased to see. I feel like we're getting more of that lately on Hallmark, which for a while it was just for a while it felt like every relationship was people that had already kind of knew each other, and so then they would never really go on dates. And I've been really pleased. I feel like the last couple of months, it seems like we've been getting more of these cute little date moments, and I like that. And anyway, I loved all of those little date scenes. I thought they were so cute together, and it was just very enjoyable. And I liked all of the people in I liked all of the fellow competitors. I thought were kind of fun. I liked the lady who was the director, I guess. And they were kind of cute, I thought, and the way everybody was kind of getting into this whole little like romance and was cute. And I loved the fact that we got like some major affection for a Hallmark movie. Was really fun. We got a pretty early kiss, and then that elevator kiss was very exciting. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, I thought that was so funny that everyone was lingering outside the elevator, like waiting to see them. When the elevator doors opened, bam, everyone was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the producers on the cooking show, they were ready. They were for this romance. They're like, this is going to be great TV. Let's try to get them anywhere we can. And they got some good footage.
Yeah, except for at the very end, the fact that they don't follow them into that little room when they're having their argument about the food. Like, that's ridiculous. There's absolutely no way that would not happen. Like, they would be all over. Though, for the most part, most of the actual, like, goings on of the show were terrible. Like, you never saw any cameras somehow all around them filming ever. You never saw any lighting of any kind or any kind of boom mics or anything like that. I'm like, I mean, they didn't even try really to have any kind of feel of being on set. Like, at least some of the other shows within a shows, like for instance in Road to Christmas, there was like a little bit of an attempt to show cameras, and like it's probably, I mean, sure most people that are in the industry were like, that's ridiculous. That's not accurate at all. But at least it was some. I mean, this was the sets were bare. It was funny to me, and because they have all kinds of cameras that are there to like photograph them when they're cutting things, photograph them when they're sizzling, things in the pan, and all that kind of strategy. I did like though. I thought the whole sort of sequence when they're shopping that felt pretty. Like, obviously, there'd be way more cameras and stuff, but I kind of thought that was fun because you see that on like Top Chef and stuff. They're like at the Whole Foods buying their food. That was kind of fun. Yeah, I liked that, and I they were just cute scenes, like when they were both talking about blueberry pie, and that they both like blueberry pie, and but yeah, the elevator scene I think was the best moment of the whole movie. It was
agreed.
Really, and I did think it was kind of a cute solution at the end. It's cheesy, super cheesy, but it's the show's first tie, and they're both
it was like the Hunger Games.
yeah, I know that lady was pretty sending people off to
Let me talk to my person or the producer right here for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, my problems with this movie, I thought that her dad was a really weird character. I don't know if you guys felt that at all, but I just thought that he was very awkward. Like, I kept expecting him to be either meaner and be like a totally jerk or nicer. He was just this weird, he was like and maybe it's just because he almost always plays a bad guy, and he was just the murderer in one of the Chronicle mysteries, and he was a bad guy in Chesapeake Shores, or at least supposedly. And this guy that actor almost always plays kind of a bad man of business, and so I was just expecting him to like be more judgy, but then he wouldn't be, but then he would, and I was confused by his character.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. See if he was going to be a bad guy or not.
Yeah, like his dad was the best.
Yeah, he was jolly and great.
Yeah,
and
he was nice.
But her dad, yeah, like you, I was expecting him to be really mean. I was waiting for something, but nothing happened. And then at the end, he was like, "I'm proud of you," and I was like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah, but then he would like sometimes do stuff that was. He's like, "You're going on a cooking show? I don't know." But then
Yeah,
the next scene, he would be
yeah,
he would be all for it and loving, and I'm moving here to be by you, and I was just like,
yeah.
what? I'm retiring.
So weird.
It was weird. That was very strange. So that didn't work for me. And like I said, I thought pretty much all of the show elements were really terrible. You definitely had to suspend disbelief to a ridiculous amount. And I also thought that his boss made no sense. Like, why on earth, if you had a chef who was making it to the finals of a cooking show that's watched by the whole country, including where you live, why on earth would you fire that person? Like, I mean, this is not something that's aired live. It's then repackaged, and I mean, you're not going to get any benefit. Like, you'd be able to get tons of people coming to your restaurant if you have the chef. So him firing him made no sense at all. But
and they made the agreement. They made the agreement. He was like, "I'll talk about your restaurant if you let me be on the show," and he did. And then later, "Oh yeah, this isn't working out."
It was so weird. I mean, I did kind of like the fact that they had his sous chef, like sous chef had an epic quit moment, which I always love in Hallmark movies, any movies. I love it. But of loyalty to him, and why would you not be loyal to Luke McFarlane? I mean, come on.
I would go. You're right. You went too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked his solidarity sister.
Yeah, it was really good. And I think they also could have shown them cooking more. And they probably just didn't. I don't know. It's probably a pain to shoot cooking food and stuff. But I think of something like Dash of Love. I feel like they showed them cooking a lot more.
Yeah.
Than these two that are supposed to be a cooking competition.
You're right.
So those are my only, it sounds like I just loved those dating scenes so much. I was all about it.
So cute.
That I actually put it pretty high up in my ranking. I really did enjoy it. But that, I don't know. It's an interesting thing how these movies work sometimes. But how many crowns would you give Just Add Romance out of 5?
I would give it a 3.75.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty high.
Yes.
Very good.
Out of 5? Out of 5, you said?
Yeah, out of 5.
I would give it like a 3.5.
Yeah, very good. I'm actually going to give it a 3.75 along with you at number 6. Number 6 in my ranking. And I have it just, I have a number 6 in my ranking. So we have seen 18 Hallmark movies and so far. So that's where I have it. I just thought it was really fun, and I really liked the dating scenes, and I was willing to forgive a lot, I guess, on this one. Of stuff that just
did help a lot.
Yeah, and it's like the stuff that was so good, and the stuff that was bad was just kind of like, I don't really care much about it. I don't really care that much. They don't have mics and cameras, like. So anyway, I have it at number 6, and they have been on kind of a bit of a run with these cooking movies. So anyway, so all right, well, let's talk about Love Under the Rainbow. So this movie, it was on the 9th, and it's summarized as Lucy wasn't sure if she would find true love until Jack moves to town with his daughter Sophie. Together, they teach her it's never too late to start chasing rainbows. And yeah, so this movie stars Jodie Sweetin, David Hayden Jones, and Peter Benson, and it's written by Kirsten Hansen. And I was actually kind of worried because I haven't been a huge fan of some of her writing, because I really was not a big fan of Chesapeake Shores this last season. And I don't know, I didn't like Return to Christmas Creek. It was my least favorite of Christmas.
Yeah.
So I was a little concerned. I went into this with very low expectations. And they made it seem like in the promos and stuff, there was going to be a huge tearjerker. But I don't think that it actually was. I think there was basically one scene that was a little emotional. But it was actually a pretty standard but sweet little romance, I thought. It was better than I expected it to be, for sure. I don't know. How did you guys feel?
I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. And it was more than what I expected to. I liked their characters. I mean, I could see where it could be sad when the little girl's trying to find her mom while chasing the rainbow.
Yeah, that's the sad
part. I mean, that part was sad, but I enjoyed it. I liked their connection. I thought they had good chemistry, and I loved how they met at the coffee bar, where she basically drenched him with her coffee.
Scalding coffee.
That was hilarious and cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed it, and I liked the little side storyline with her parents and their anniversary and her dad singing.
Yeah.
That was cute too. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah. So Leanna, what did you think about the movie?
I'm with you guys. I definitely thought it was better than what I thought it would be. The title itself was a little much for me.
Yeah.
But it was better than I expected, and I liked their chemistry too, and I did like that she almost burned his nipple off when they first met. And
yeah.
And I like their little quotes that they said to each other, and the whole chasing rainbows thing was a bit much for me, but I understand the whole concept of it, so I'm not gonna take too much off of it with my point. But I liked it. It was cute. It was better than I thought it would be.
Good. Yeah, I agree with everything you guys have said. I did think, first of all, the poster for this trailer was absolutely terrible. This movie was finished a year ago, and that's the best poster they could. It looked like they were somehow like plastic or something. It was so badly done. And I worked on it for about 15 minutes in Photoshop, and I came up with a poster that everybody on Twitter agreed was better than what they had. It was horrible. I don't know what was going on there. But putting all that aside, the meet cute was really cute, although I don't know what kind of single dad has time in the morning to go running and get coffee and take his daughter, all before taking his daughter to school. I'm like, this, and the teacher also goes and gets coffee. I'm like, this is, they have to start school at like 11?
And it's her first day.
I know.
It's her first day of school. Like,
he was late. He was late.
It was really funny. I was just like, it was his first day at the new job. I'm like, wow, this is.
But he did clean up nicely, because David Hayden Jones in those suits.
Yes.
We can all agree.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely all agree. And it was really cute though. Their meet cute, and then they have like another meet cute basically at her school. That was really funny. It's always so funny to me that in sitcoms especially, they always show the kids coming into class, and they'll take roll. Even Clueless, which is a movie that I absolutely love, he takes the roll, and then like there's one debate, and then class is done. Ring, ring, ring. Class is over. So not. But that's all right. It's all funny to me. But but yeah, I thought that the whole, rainbows reminding her of her mom, it was sweet enough for me. I thought the little girl was good, pretty good little actress, and
yeah.
I think that you do have those, things that remind you of people that have passed, and her really believing she was going to see her again. I think they might need some grief counseling. Maybe helpful. Like, really,
Yeah.
I think that's good to do for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Because that's not very healthy to have that, belief.
Yeah.
So, but she was cute, and the whole science fair project, it was kind of funny because I actually did a similar science project when I was in 3rd grade, Mrs. Savage's class. I did a whole science project on prisms, which is basically on rainbows. It's fun in the same.
Oh my God! They stole your idea.
I know.
They definitely stole your idea.
And my mom, I remember coming into, because let's be real, these assignments, these science fair projects are done by the parents. I was just talking to Lisa about this. It's at best a group effort for sure.
Yes.
Did you guys ever do any science fair projects growing up? Do you remember?
Yes. I did a volcano.
Nice. That's
I
always.
think I did it in 4th or 5th grade, and I just remember like molding the mountains, and then we got to bring the vinegar, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
It left an impression.
Yeah, that
I
is cool. Yeah, you got the good one. Everybody always wants to get the volcano. It's like,
Yeah.
Did you make it erupt? Did it erupt?
Yeah, we can make it erupt. I think you have to put like vinegar and something else in it, and then
baking soda.
Like baking soda.
Yeah. Very cool. That's really good. Yeah. So it was cute enough. I was fine with that. It was fun. I was like, what is this? It kind of reminded me of, you guys ever seen Pollyanna?
No.
No.
So good.
What happened?
You should watch it. It's really good. It's an old Disney film based on the book.
Okay.
And it's all about this girl who's an orphan who moves into town, and she tries to look at everything from positive perspective. How her optimism makes everybody better, and it's really well done, I think. And anyway, there's lots of scenes in Pollyanna where she goes over to visit this cranky old lady, and everybody's like scared of her. Everyone's terrified. And Pollyanna goes in there, and she's just like, well, you're not being very nice, are you? And she starts to notice that in the room there are these rainbows, and she's looking at the wall, and it's the reflection of the light through the crystals on the Tiffany mirror. I mean, when I say Tiffany lamp that she has, the old lady, and they go through the crystals, and then so they start like collecting all of these crystals from all these lamps, and they end up cheering a whole nother grumpy old man later on. Spoiler alert, sorry. Old man in the movie with the light crystal things. So everybody's cheered up. It's all wonderful. So you should see the movie. It's really good.
It sounds cute.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's got Haley Mills from Parent Trap. Anyway, so there you go. So that's what made me think of immediately. I'm like, oh, that's cheerful. It's like Pollyanna. And Then I thought that Jodie Sweetin and David Hayden Jones did a good job. I thought they had pretty good chemistry. And I feel like Jodie Sweetin is just right for these Hallmark movies. She's just done such a good job in the ones that even if I haven't liked the movie, I've liked her in every single one that she's done.
Yeah. She's been doing really good.
Yeah,
I liked her. I saw the Christmas one with her, and I liked her in that one. Not this year or last year's, but the one before with I forgot
Eric
his
Winter.
name.
Eric Winter?
Yes,
Yeah.
that one I saw with her, and I liked that movie.
That's her best, I think, of any that she's done, because I love Julie Sherman Wolf's writing. But all three of them, I think she was the best part, or one of the best parts of the movie. And so I thought she was really good. She's just a good fit for this brand, I think.
She is.
And
I want to see her in more.
Yeah. Do you think
me too.
Do you think that her mom was too much of a nag about her being single? It's kind of a trope in these movies.
I think more her dad when they were at their little lunch. Is he major league? Is he minor league? I think the dad was more so on her case than the mom, I feel like.
Yeah. That all those baseball puns, they were hilarious to me.
Yeah, they were great.
They were my favorite.
My favorite too. Yeah, because I'm totally into baseball.
Oh,
and
good.
every time they said something, I was for it. It was so hilarious and cute, and they just need to make more baseball movies and Hallmark.
I agree.
Side note.
Yeah, that was really funny. I like Gary Trock. He has almost 400 IMDb credits on his IMDb.
Damn.
That's crazy, man. I mean,
that's insane.
Yeah, he's been in so many Hallmark movies, just so many movies. It's amazing. He did the voice of I guess in one of the Transformers series, he was Optimus. He played Optimus, voiced Optimus Prime. So yeah,
I can hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 400. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, even kids that even actors who started when they were little tiny children don't usually have, and then they're old.
Yeah.
They don't even have that many.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. But he was a charm machine in this movie, I thought.
Oh yeah, he was adorable.
Because I don't know, he was just so cute with all those puns, and when he's playing that song on the guitar, that was so cute. And it was adorable. I loved that whole garden they found. That was beautiful.
It was so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, and they filmed it in Vancouver, so I'm all wondering where it is. Cause, I want to go back and go.
I know. We need to get the. I've seen it on Hallmark. I forget her name at the moment, but that goes and finds the locations. We're we need to get her on that one. I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because when they filmed at the aquarium 2 years ago, Leanna and I and another friend, we went to Vancouver and we went to the aquarium, and during their montage scene, the little girl's in that bowl or bowl inside the fish tank, I guess. And we have a picture inside that little bowl. It was so funny when I saw it in the movie. I was like, I've actually been there. I know what it is. It's so nice. But yeah, it was funny.
When did you go up there to Vancouver?
It was
about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's cool. That sounds fun. I'd like to do that.
We went out. It's really nice there. You should go. We went out for my birthday, and it's the people are really nice there. It's just such a beautiful city. I fell in love with that place. I could move there.
Yeah. So yeah, I really, that whole thing with, and then her sister, although I just about died when they showed that baby. That was the biggest baby I've ever seen. What were they thinking? I mean, I know it's got to be a pain in the neck to find a newborn for a scene like that, but I would just have had, the baby's in the nursery or whatever getting help getting taken care of by the
Yeah.
doctor or whatever. I would have just said something like that rather than have like a 4-month-old baby. Like it was huge.
So big.
But yeah, I mean, just the whole thing with her parents and the party and way that all worked was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was sweet. So they did a good job.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of weird that David Hayden Jones, his character, and his daughter were in the room after her sister delivered the baby.
Yes, that was kind of weird.
I thought that was a little weird. Like,
It's
no
weird.
one
Like, nice to meet you.
Like, I understand he maybe would stay there because he had driven them.
In the waiting room.
In the waiting
Yeah,
room.
in the waiting
not
room, for
in the
sure.
delivery room.
Right.
So it's like he just met the sister and now he just met the baby on the same day.
Right.
He's the godfather.
Maybe he was like, I need to see this like epically giant baby. I need to witness it. Yeah. I don't know. So, hey, do you guys ever heard of a moonbow before watching this movie?
No.
I had
No.
never heard of a moonbow. I didn't even know that was a thing. But
Oh.
evidently
But we need to find one.
I know, right?
Well,
The moonbows or lunar rainbows are rare natural atmospheric phenomena that occur when the moon's light is reflected and refracted off water droplets in the air. And evidently they're most commonly seen in like places with waterfalls. Okay. Like
Megan said
Falls.
she's seen one.
Oh, you have? Where'd you see it?
I did. Well, I'm claiming I saw one, but I don't know 100% sure after Leanna just puts me on blast. Okay, so the thing was, I was just outside my house and there was no waterfall, so it couldn't have been a moonbow. But there was like a ring around the moon, even though it wasn't that rainbowy, but I called it a moonbow. It would be, what's the word? I don't know. But it was a moonbow that was white. It wasn't like a rainbow, but a white
It was
bow.
a ring light.
That's really
It was a ring light.
There was a ring around the moon, but it wasn't a rainbow. So, but I just, let her know that I did see one, even though I wasn't 100% sure it was.
Maybe it's like some kind of eclipse or something. Or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
What do you think of?
Okay, I'm going to go outside every night until I see it again. I'm going to see pictures.
We want proof. We want pictures.
Yes.
So yeah. So there's this whole rainbow park, and I don't know if that's like a real. Obviously, I don't think it's like they showed it in the movie, but
No.
but I don't know if there's a real place called Rainbow Park.
I was curious too. Like, I started looking it up today, but I didn't find definite answers. But I need to know because I want to go. I want to chase rainbows if I can.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be cool to see it.
That would be amazing. So if anybody knows of this Rainbow Park, then let us know.
We want to go there.
Yeah, because there are evidently, like battlefields and like some places that I found online that have frequent rainbows, that that people will sort of follow. They'll go to these places whenever there's a big storm, and they call them a rainbow chase. But I don't think it's like. I mean, that was like rainbow bright there. This is like really exciting.
Yeah, it was like jumping rainbows like everywhere you turn.
Yeah.
That was insane.
So I don't know if, but if that exists, and I hope it does, I want to go. Like you, we can all go field trip.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it is in Vancouver, and that's just where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And then we could all be extras in a Christmas movie while we're there. That's our plan.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right. Well, yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything. There was that emotional scene where she thinks she's going to see her mom when she finds the Rainbow Park, and then she's not there. She's devastated, and it was sad. But yeah, the whole movie as a whole, I wouldn't call it like a weepy. It's not like one of those Hall of Fame or something that would be on. I don't know, something I think is more of a weepy would be more like Christmas Homecoming. Did you see that? Not this last time, but the one before with Julie Benz, and her husband is passed, and she's a military wife.
No, but it sounds devastating.
Oof. There's a scene where she's going through his clothes and like having to get
boy.
rid of
Oh,
his
no.
clothes. I
can't.
Yeah. There was many tears.
Oh man.
'Cause I remember when my grandpa passed, like you just see a piece of his clothing, or you just see like, and it wasn't even like we were happy because he was in, he was starting to go through Alzheimer's, but we're still sad because we missed him. And you just see like a little thing like that, or you remember. I remember we would just be like eating pie, and we remember how much he loved pie, and then we would start to cry. So like going through clothes, it was that is a true Hallmark weepy. Is that one there, Christmas Homecoming? But anyway, it was sweet enough, and I thought that they did a pretty good job, and so yeah, I will give it 3.25 crowns.
Okay.
And I have it at number 10 in my rankings.
Okay. I also wanted to give a shout out to Jack's friend, the jabbering guy.
Oh, right. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. I forgot.
I thought he was hilarious. And doesn't he always play bad guys too, I feel like, in Hallmark movies? Or maybe just ones I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's not a good character. But this one, he was great, and I loved him for that.
Yeah, Peter Benson, he is the detective in the Aurora Tea Garden movie, so he's kind of exasperated at her all the time. I actually interviewed, he's great. Yeah, he was, I'm glad you reminded me of that, because they had this fun kind of little bromance going on.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked his character. So I like this movie. I give it a 3.85.
Very good. Very good. All right. And what about you?
I liked it a little more than just that romance, so I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Good. Great. Okay, good. All right. So then we have The Crossroads Mystery, A Puzzle to Die For. This is our first in this series of Crossroad Mysteries. And the summary is a long one on this one. It's a brilliant crossword puzzle editor finds her life turned upside down when she is pulled into a police investigation after several of the clues in her recent puzzles are linked to unsolved crimes. Proving her innocence means leaving the comfort of her sheltered world and working with a tough police detective, puzzling through clues together in order to crack the case, as the two are fish out of water in each other's worlds. Obviously stars Lacey Chabert, Brennan Elliott, and Barbara Niven. And they had story help from Will Shortz, who is the editor of the New York Times crossword puzzle. And he has a small cameo in the movie. So that is all fun. And yeah, Megan, what was your overall thoughts on this first installment of this series?
Okay, yeah, I enjoyed it. I guess I have to admit, I'm a Brennie, if that's what they're called. I am a Brennan Elliott fan. I liked him and Lacey together. Obviously, they're great in their other movies, and I liked them in this movie. I liked their little banter in the beginning. He was a bit of a jerk to her. and not really trusting her with her ideas on what could be on her her case of trying to figure it out. I know he didn't like what she was trying to say, but in the end, I thought it was cute. Oh my gosh, I was so upset when Harris was
know.
shot. It was the shot heard around the world that day. I was like, when she screamed, I kind of screamed too. I was taken aback. And I couldn't figure out who it was until the end. My heart was set on it being the two interns and the assistant, because the assistant was there when Harris got shot. So I was like, they always say the last person who saw him.
Yeah.
So I was like stuck on that. And then when I found out who it was, I was like, okay, shady, but
yeah,
I didn't know. And I always like it when I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
That was good.
They did have quite a few red herring. I always divide these mysteries, and I have the murderer, the victim, what I call family fun, which is like supporting players kind of, and then red herrings. And you're absolutely right. They did have quite a few red herrings in this, because there starts out where there's that art dealer that like Elaine Wilcox, I think her name was. And I can't imagine anybody at a memorial service being like, he got what he deserved. Like, what?
I know,
why are you there?
Yeah, why are you there? She was there for the smash.
Especially at a murder. Like, if somebody been murdered, like, what? Why would you say that? Like, I mean, there's an investigation going on. Like, just what?
I know. Like, do you know, you could be talking to anyone who's like trying to figure this out.
Yeah, like you knew it wasn't her, but it was still kind of hilarious that she's like, what?
Yeah.
But anyway, and then there were some others. But Yana, what did you think about the movie as a whole? World, did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I like the mystery movies. I get really into them because I also love anything mysterious, if you will. I liked that Brennan's character was he was kind of a jerk in the beginning, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I like how he warmed up to Lacey's character, but it wasn't like 100% or like the water wasn't boiling yet. But it was definitely warmed up, and a lot of red herrings throughout the movie, and I had a lot of ideas of who it could have been. There was no one that I thought it would be, and then in the end, it's Pierre. I was thrown for a loop, but I liked it, and like Megan said, Lacey's scream was top notch, like serial killer scream type of a thing. But I liked it, and I loved the flip that Brennan does on Pierre at the end on the roof. That was great.
Yeah,
that was my favorite part of the movie. That flip.
Yeah,
but I liked it. I love the movie.
Yeah. So I had mixed feelings about it, I guess, but overall, I would say I liked it more than I disliked it. If that makes sense. So I'm always a little bit of a tough sell when it comes to these mysteries, but yeah, they did a good job. I thought pretty good job, at least with the red herrings, because you had this the clues through the crossword puzzle, which made like who it was a little bit harder to, I think, figure out. Like towards the end, it was like, oh, okay, it's obviously Pierre. Like he's this this slimy guy. Like there's hello, and but the first original guy who is the security guard murdered. He's got this like ex-wife, and there's all this stuff that Barbara Niven's character is saying that, they weren't happy or whatever, something, that she couldn't like get along with the both of them once they'd separated, all this stuff. You're like, well, maybe there's that. And then, you're right. Alexander and Elizabeth were like the new, I love that. There's one point where they're saying something to the effect of, Well, the only time that we do things, that we go to parties like this, is when we're on a yacht. And I'm like, oh, yachting. We'd rather be out yachting, but we'll slum out with you common people at the museum.
You land people.
It was the crossword puzzle, whatever thing. It was so funny. There was like a brief time when they're looking into the head of security, but then he's in Florida.
Oh, that poor guy who happened to go on vacation.
They made him run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was running. He had to catch his breath. And like,
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. It's like, I was just trying to go to Florida, for goodness sakes. And then, like you said, Tess's assistant was a little bit, what's she doing?
Shady.
Yeah, a little shady. So those were pretty good, pretty well done. And I liked the banter between the two of them. I thought was pretty strong, and they're so good at banter that I thought it worked. I felt like she sort of believed in the crossword puzzle too quickly. I mean, it kind of had to be, because it's only a an hour and 30 minute movie or whatever with commercials. But I mean, right away, it's just like, oh my gosh, look at this. There's these things in the crossword puzzle. They must be linked to this murder. I almost, if there was some way to make her a little bit hesitant, then maybe she goes to Barbara Niven character, and the Barbara Niven character is like, oh my gosh, whoa, or so one other step in there, I think would have been a little more believable than I immediately, because it kind of made Brendan Elliott's character like a jerk. But right. his position was completely reasonable. Like, of course.
Yeah, he's just trying to solve the mystery. Someone was murdered. He's trying to get to the bottom of it.
Like, if a detective followed every lead that's brought to them, even though it's hidden inside a crossword puzzle, then they would be terrible at their job. Like, their job is to determine what clues are viable clues, and especially from the first guy, because he had nothing to do except for the fact that he had the only reason for him to have anything to do with crossword puzzles is that he wrote in cursive on one of them. Like, it's just not, he wouldn't be doing his job if he was like, okay, let's pursue this in detail, this the crossword puzzle. And so, yeah, but I could get over that. I just, it would have been even better, I think, if she had a little bit more of a conflict. And I also thought that the movie didn't use Barbara Niven very well. I felt like she was sort of there for Lacey Chabert character to exposition dump. Her whole role in the movie was to go to lunch with Lacey Chabert and hear the details of the case. And I would have liked for them to have given her something to do in the story more than just go to dinner and like arrange parties. Like, her only really thing she did was to make that I guess that party happen for the crossword puzzle thing. She's like, oh, my aunt's connections, they got us this room.
Well, hopefully they'll make up for it in the next 3.
Yeah. So, yeah, give her something to do. Maybe she stumbles upon something. Maybe she calls Lacey's character, who then calls Brennan's character. Something going on here, I think, would be.
Yeah.
So that would be my other critique. And I did really like I liked the New York City setting. I thought that it was nice because it's a little more believable that all these murders could be happening in a city like New York City, as opposed to small towns that are having people whacked off every 2 weeks. Like, in most of these mystery shows, it was a little more believable. But what was not believable is how fast he goes through New York City in that cab. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah. Right. He went on Waves. They had to been on Waves, right? Like,
yeah.
There was no traffic.
Yeah. I feel like, even, I don't know, I don't think anybody since like the 1800s has driven fast in New York City with no traffic. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with the case. It was just funny. And I also thought that the memorial service was so weird. Like, it was, not only did that art lady say that, but it was just like this swanky cocktail party.
It was kind of like a night out on the town in New York. Like,
yeah, it was really weird.
It's like you expect Will Ferrell from Wedding Crashers to be there hanging out.
Yeah, enjoying himself there.
Yeah, that's right. But so that was all funny. And in fact, that Lacey's character actually showed emotion when she saw a body, because in a lot of these mystery shows, they are like right on the case and they're not even that horrified. Like Mystery 101, she finds one of her best friends dead, murdered, like, and she's just back right on the case, like right away in that same scene. And I kind of liked that she was a little bit more sort of upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
So anyway, it had its pluses, it had its minuses. I was very tired when I watched it, so I did struggle a little bit with that. But how many crowns do you give it?
Okay, so see, I'm pretty fresh with these mystery movies. I think this is only the third one that I've seen, so I think I'm gonna like all of them a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 3.75. And I like the dog. There was that little Gwendolyn dog.
Uh-huh.
She was cute.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was cute.
3.75.
And it was pretty decent up there when he's on the roof, with her. It's pretty tense. They did a good job with that.
Yeah.
What how many crowns did you give it?
It was my favorite of the bunch, and the roof scene alone definitely bumps it up by like half a point. So I'm giving it a 4.5. Whoa,
good. Very good. Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to give it a 3 because I liked it, but it had some things I would think could be better. So I think the next one will be even better. So I have it at 11 in my ranking. And so
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do for the next ones, because I wonder how they would they still do crossword, like, because it can't be the same thing where she's finding clues in the crossword, right? Like, because wouldn't they be on? It would be interesting. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, and I think it'll be good.
I agree with you, because how many criminals are really that into crossword puzzles? I don't think so. And so I guess the only way I can figure is that it's just like completely random, or that somehow they'll involve Barbara Niven's character, I guess, because she's like into art and stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That'll be good.
I mean, I guess she's technically a reporter, so they might have her get involved somehow that way through the newspaper in some way. But yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll
the
see.
New
I
mystery.
guess we'll see. I think it's it's later on this year. I forget when.
October.
In October. Okay, good. So real quick, I just thought, since we did the preview of the feature films on our Valentine's preview, and you guys said you had seen Isn't It Romantic, I thought it would be fun just to share our little thoughts on that. I did see What Men Want, and it is very R-rated. I had no idea. I probably would not have previewed it on the show, to be honest, if I'd known it was that R-rated. And I hated it. I thought it was terrible. It had one funny scene, a bunch of NBA players playing poker. That was funny. Everything else I didn't like. But Isn't It Romantic? I really liked. I thought it was so funny. I was with a crowd that was super primed to like it. And so we were all just laughing. And I think that helps a lot with this kind of movie. That you're just sort of with a group who's all sort of into it. And I don't know. I just thought it was so funny. I enjoyed all the little Easter eggs to all the different romantic comedies, like even in her clothes, what she's wearing, the backgrounds. That was really fun. I thought I just laughed a lot. I thought it was really funny the way that I don't know, just everything from her dog, how her dog is to I love the fact that her assistant becomes like her mortal enemy in the rom-com world.
Yeah.
That was so funny to me.
That was funny.
And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. What did you think of it, Leanna?
I liked that. I thought it was really funny too. I love Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine together. I just wish they dated in real life because they are so good together. They're so funny. But yeah, the movie was really funny. All the Easter eggs with the romantic comedies, and she just hates being in it, but it was so great. And Liam Hemsworth was just the end. He's like, "What's the big deal, mean?"
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it a lot, and I laughed a lot too in the theater. Yeah.
What did you think, Megan?
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I was definitely cracking up a lot in the movie, like with so many inside things that I thought were hilarious, but maybe other people didn't catch. I thought it was cute. I liked the dance scene at the end, the sequence when they're singing and dancing at the end. I liked that a lot. And I really liked the story. Liam Hemsworth, of course, with his accent, like, come on, he was like made for this role. I loved him, and I liked whenever she was at the doctor's office, like whenever she would wake up, there was like a hunk, and she'd be like, "Oh no!" And I think it happened the second time where she woke up and she was like, "Am I still? Is it still happening?" It was so funny. I
And he was the nurse.
Yeah. It's like, oh, they're just filming an episode of Grey's Anatomy or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not the real doctor.
It was so funny.
Yeah. I love the karaoke scene. I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I love karaoke scenes in general. And this one was great because they were also singing Whitney.
Yeah,
it
that was hilarious.
Funny.
Well, and we know that
and
they
everyone
can all
just
sing.
joined in.
Yeah. Because we know Rebel Wilson can sing good. I mean, I really, really enjoyed it. The only thing that I would have changed, I guess, is I would not have had her compare herself to a parking lot, like in the end. Like that was just not my favorite. I'm trying to get all like waxy sentimental about the parking lot. I was like, no.
It was weird.
But other than that, I really did enjoy it. It made me really happy. I definitely gave it fresh on the tomato meter. And it's one of my favorites I've seen so far this year, actually. I have my regular rankings of feature films. I have it at number 5. And all 4 of the ones in front of it are movies I saw at Sundance. So technically, my favorite movie I've seen so far that's been released to the general public. So anyway.
Definitely a feel-good movie. Like, you'll be leaving smiling. Like, it was cute.
Yeah.
I saw it twice. It just was so funny and just made me laugh. And I love the fact that when she's in the rom-com world, everything is
pretty.
Florists and wedding shops and cupcakes.
She's like allergic to flowers.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think in his review, Alonso Duralde, he made a good point that it is probably a movie that is a little too late. That, they're just not, it's making fun of movies that they're just not making anymore, aside from Hallmark.
Yeah.
Right.
Before Crazy Rich Asians, it had been forever since there'd been a movie like that. So it's probably a movie that deserves to be, it should have been made like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I
and
agree.
That's a fair point, I think.
Or they just need to make more rom-coms. Like,
I
I
miss
don't know
them
what's
so
wrong with
much.
this world. Make more.
Yes, that's right. More romantic comedies. Even if some of them are
Yeah.
terrible, I just want more.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. How many stars would you give Isn't It Romantic?
I give it 4.5.
Very good.
Same. I'll give it a 4.5.
Very good. I gave it a 3.5, but I really
Why?
liked it. I don't know why.
You saw it twice.
So I'm gonna get. You're bumping me up. I'm giving it a 4. 4. Yes, because it was really funny.
Alright.
I saw it twice. So
Yes,
anyway.
it was funny.
But thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. And
Of course, it's so much fun.
we love what you guys do. You're such a cheerful part of the Hallmark community. And
Thank you.
Always a delight whenever you come on the podcast. And so where can people find you guys on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff?
We're just on Instagram and Twitter, and they're both at Hunks of Hallmark.
Yeah, very good. And make sure you guys are following them because Leanna does such a great job with those captions. You crack me up every day. You should do
Yes, thank you for having us.
You should do an Isn't It Romantic day just for fun. Like maybe when the movie comes on TV.
You know what? I just might.
Yeah, that would be fun. So very good. Well, you guys can find me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media and on iTunes and on YouTube. And make sure you're following the podcast at Halmarkies Pod all over social media. And please put in your ratings and reviews on iTunes. We really appreciate that. If you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. And we really appreciate that as well, and subscribe to our channel. And we so much appreciate all the support we get from all the Halmarkies. And hope you guys enjoyed this one. And we will talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.